Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Coffee with Craig, where we talk about all things firearms, firearms policy, politics, culture, media, you name it. Please take a moment, like and share this program so that your friends can join in the conversation. If you haven't already subscribed, please make it a point, subscribe to our YouTube channel. About 75% of the people who watch these videos are not subscribers, so take a moment, subscribe so that you can get notifications as soon as these conversations start taking place. Same thing with Facebook. Take a moment, follow us, as well as click to get the notifications once again so that you can be a part of the conversation as it's happening. Also, please make it a point. Go to fpcgear.com. That's fpcgear.com. Everything that you buy at fpcgear.com goes right back into supporting this program and the Firearms Policy Coalition. So, if you wonder why I talk about it every day, that's the reason why, because you help us do what we do. So you know that every dollar that you spend goes right back into the fight for our right to keep and bear arms. So you can support the Second Amendment, and you can look good doing it. That's fpcgear.com. Speaking of supporting the Second Amendment, let's talk about Senator Dianne Feinstein. Now, we all know, if you've been following anything in the news, you know that Senator Dianne Feinstein has now introduced a new assault weapons bill. And this one is the most sweeping piece of anti-gun legislation that I have ever seen, at the federal level. It is all-inclusively bad. Let me just be real with you. It is all-inclusively bad. Now, let me break down with you a little bit of what this particular measure does. Okay, so first of all, it will ban the sale, manufacture, transfer, and importation of so-called military-style assault weapons like ARs and AKs. It will ban high-capacity magazines. It will ban stocks that are otherwise affordable, or adjustable in a manner that operates to reduce the length or size or other dimension. Basically, we're talking about telescoping stocks. There's also a requirement that grandfathered assault weapons are stored using secure gun storage or safety device like a trigger lock. Now, that's not all that this thing does. Let's talk a little bit more about what it does. It's also a ban on bump stocks and other devices that allow semi-automatic weapons to fire at fully automatic rates. Now, I don't know what exactly or what the hell they're talking about when they talk about quote-unquote fully automatic rates. That is not actually defined. It also includes a prohibition on the transfer of high-capacity magazines. These are magazines with that hold more than 10 rounds. There is also a ban on Thordston-type grips and stocks that are designed to evade the ban on assault weapons. Now, what they're talking about are stocks that are like these. In essence, that will these are often used, for example, here in the state of California, to get around one of the features tests, which includes a pistol grip. So this allows the rifle to be featureless and thus not an assault weapon in the state of California. This, on the federal level, now would be considered an assault weapon. Now, let's get back to the other stuff that it does. There's a ban on AR pistols that weigh 50 or more ounces when unloaded, aka AR pistols. A ban on assault pistol stabilizing braces that transform assault pistols into assault rifles. That means that basically if it has a shoulder brace. Folks, I'm telling you, she has put the entire, we're talking about loaded the entire kitchen sink into this particular bill. And her whole goal, once again, her whole goal is this. She believes that there are enough, how shall we say, jackasses in elephant suits, enough Republicans that are out there, along with her fellow Democrats, that she honestly believes she can get this thing through. And when you look at some of the folks who were in the Senate, like, I hate to say this, but the two senators from Florida who've already demonstrated that they are willing to support some sort of gun control, like red flag laws, it's not out of line to be concerned. And I hate to say this, but you also have to look at, we have a president who at one time expressed support for the assault weapons ban, but now is also once again in favor of gun control like red flag laws. So you don't know. We do not know if the quote unquote media pushes the publicity tide, in order to try and get people to be in favor of banning these particular things, well, guess what? You may very well see this bill. You may very well see this bill move. And trust me, if it gets out of the Senate, you know this bill is going to pass in the House. You absolutely, positively know this measure will pass in the House of Representatives. And even if it doesn't, their whole goal is to basically use this assault weapons ban against people who support the Second Amendment, against elected officials or against senators who support the Second Amendment and try and campaign against it. Folks, like I said, we need to make sure that at the very least, the people who claim to support our rights, the people who claim to support the Second Amendment, oppose this measure, that they stand up and that they are counted and that they oppose this particular bill. So here's what we need you to do. All right, we need you to go to stopS66.com. That's stopS66.com. Now, for those of you who do not understand the reference of, Execute Order 66, let me just, I guess those of my friends who are Star Wars fans will probably get it, but let me just remind you briefly.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
Yes, my lord.
Oh my God. Is the resemblance not uncanny, or what? Folks, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about, in essence, what we're talking about is we're talking about our government seeking to use law enforcement, much the way the emperor used the stormtroopers, against those who would stand for freedom, against those who would stand for liberty, in order to take away, well, in their case, their life, in our case, our liberty and our freedoms, and quite frankly, eventually, you know what that leads to? Their desire to take away our life, because they don't want us around. They don't want us being able to stand up against them and talk about and share with people how we recognize the tyranny that they're seeking to impose upon us, the people. So we need you to go to stopS66.com. That's stopS66.com. We need you to share this video. We need you to share this website. If you look, the link is right there in the description of this video. We need you to go there. We need you to make sure that your voice is heard. Don't wait. Don't delay. Go do it right now. Now, we've been fighting in multiple states, and now and DC as of last year. Well, now we are upping the amount of energy, effort, and work that we are doing. But here's the thing. Our work in DC, FPC's work in DC, counts on you. If people hear from you, then they know we're there to represent you. But if they don't hear from you, then they assume, well, hey, we're just there representing ourselves. So we need your help. Go to stopS66.com. Let them know that we do not support, that America does not support this tyrannical seizing and banning of constitutionally protected firearms. It's that simple. I don't understand why they don't get it. It says, "Thou shalt not infringe," but I just read to you a whole bunch of infringements that are included in this particular measure. And the time has come for us to stand up and for you to stand with us. I hope that you will do that. Anyway, folks, that's going to be it for today's Coffee with Craig. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for liking and sharing these videos. And thank you so much for telling everyone about the Firearms Policy Coalition. We are the home in the fight for civil rights. Got to use them or you're going to lose them. You guys take care.
If you like our videos, follow, subscribe, like, and share.